Today we'll be previewing this 1963 Chevrolet Impala Super Sport. We're proud to offer this fine example. We'll document what this car has to offer for its new potential owner. So this car has been restored approximately 20 years ago. Still presents pretty well. Want to point out a couple little flaws in the paint. There's one there in the leading edge of the hood and yet another up here. The paint still shines and shows very well, as you can see how straight the body is. But again, for full transparency, we want to make sure that we know exactly what this car is. So this does have 15-inch rally wheels with power disc brakes up front. There's one other small paint perfection there. And the last one I think that we're going to go over is this one here, which looks like someone's tried to buff it previously. It doesn't show well in the photos, but again in the video I can take a little extra time to make sure again that we see exactly the car's true condition. These are the Corvette style spinners, which I've always liked. Now this metallic blue is very fitting for this car. I don't see any signs of rust or decay on the exterior. I've been underneath as well and it shows amazing. So now the Super Sport was an option which included this deluxe interior with the bucket seats and console, and also a suspension package as well. We'll get to the interior in a moment. The chrome and bright work on this car still presents pretty well for, I would say, an above average driver. And the stainless, as you can see, the engine turn stainless on the tail panel here. The three lights indicative of an Impala instead of a Bel Air or the lower trim models. The infamous Super Sport logo. Try to get a shot down the side again so you can see just how straight this car is. This side of the car presents terrific. You can see aftermarket speakers there, three-way Pioneers. This car still retains its rocker trim, which a lot of people we see remove that lower trim for some reason. Cooper Cobras, 245 60 15 on all four corners. And under the hood here we find not the original 327 or 283. This is a small block 350 from, I decoded it. I've included a photo of the block casting, which I decoded it as a 1970 model 350 engine. You see back there also the Mallory ignition control system, HEI distributor, the Finn Edelbrock valve covers and intake. That intake is aluminum but painted to match. And also an Optima battery with a 3-row all aluminum Champion radiator to keep her cool. Now this car has also been retrofitted with vintage air. It works wonderfully, which you'll see here in a moment. The ram's horn headers, not headers, exhaust manifolds, excuse me. We're going to fire it up here. Interior here, we can see the tachometer functions there. We'll turn the air conditioning on here in a moment. See also speakers added to the door panels. Like the door jambs might be the original paint coat color. Obviously the car has been repainted here. Radio functions, that is an AM FM. You also see the aux cord down here. Air conditioning. Hear the compressor kick on there. Turn it off just a moment so we can hear. Now, another unique feature of this car is not a 4-speed, not a 5-speed, but a 6-speed manual transmission has been installed by the previous owner. And it shifts quite well. Can't really utilize that 6th gear. You can, but you're going pretty fast down the road if you are. Well, the interior presents very well. I believe this is still probably the original interior. You see the dome lights working there. Headliner. Everything seems to work well, including the horn. All of your instrumentation on the dash, the windows. See this area here, the 2-door hardtop version. With that, you can see here also, we'll go to the other side. Take a look at the dash. This vintage air unit hangs below the dash. The factory would have had a vent to the right of the speedometer and then balls. One to the right of the glove box and one to about where your left knee would be while driving. So again, it's my opinion that the door jambs are the original paint. Again, I don't see any evidence of rust on this car. Only the paint defects and those minor issues on the hood. This package tray, you can see it shows a little bit of weather. Might be something you would replace. Now in the trunk, we did not re-splatter paint this trunk. You'll see an additional eyebrow molding there, original jack, spare tire. Couple odds and ends of pieces. All the trunk in here looks good. It's still, again, original quarter panels, in my opinion. Oops. Now this car has been local to our area, and glad that we were able to source it and offer it to you. And peel all these back. Again, that can be, there's no rust through. You do see surface rust in a couple of areas, which is normal, say, but again, nothing is soft. It's just flakes from the undercoating, the trunk splatter paint, excuse me. Again, such a beautiful example of a 1963 Impala Super Sport. We'll close her up. Please visit our website for full photographs of the undercarriage all the way around in case I accidentally overlooked something. Again, we try to completely cover a car from top to bottom as we offer it for sale.